Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be having a relationship topic kind of geared toward women really. Um I'll just be touching on like the things that you think are important when you have low self-esteem, low self-worth, things like that. So example of that would be, say a guy looks at you for a long time or gives you prolonged eye contact or gives you a long glance, or like he flirts with you. Um, he has a deep tone of voice while he's talking to you. You know how some dudes be. They know that we literally like fall for what we hear most of the time until you mature. And so a lot of dudes, they play on that, like deepen in their voice and all this stuff, talking slower, trying to have a sleepy voice and stuff like that. And also inappropriate touches. Like nobody should be touching you sexually unless they your husband. I would say that. Now, when I was in the world, I was, whoremonger. I wasn't out here being with every single person in the whole world, but I was. Sorry, I think that was somebody throwing out trash. But I was in fornication. So, but we almost had 3 years next month though of abstinence. But yeah, so I was in fornication. Um, So like before me and like one of my exes was dating, we were doing stuff we shouldn't have been doing. And like when you have low self esteem, you think that stuff is like, you think it means something. You think like, oh, he looked at me, or oh, he winked at me, or something like that, and you just think like, you make stuff that's small bigger than it needs to be. I would say that, right? I don't know why my hair looks so crazy, but anyway, you make stuff bigger than it needs to be. And it's because you don't have a blueprint of what should be okay and what should not be okay. Like, you don't have a standard, and it's no offense to you because I was the same way, but you don't have a standard because you grew up usually without your mom or dad, or maybe they were in the home, but it was toxic, and you just didn't get what you needed regardless. So then you grow up and now you wasn't raised, say, with your dad being like, don't let no dude sit up here try feeling you, don't let no dude sit up here and try to kiss on you, don't let no dude try to smack you on the butt, don't let no dude sit up here talk in your ear, but he not trying to commit to you. And don't focus on a dude, period, because you need to be focused on yourself, because y'all literally are young and y'all don't know what you're doing. You need to be focusing on yourself and focus on trying to have your life set up instead of trying to build something with some guy who doesn't know what he doing 9 times out of 10. And y'all are young. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all don't even know yourself yet. You didn't really have that growing up and all this stuff. I ain't have either. So like I said, no judgment. Just saying these things. So you didn't have that. You didn't have your dad to tell you like, this is what it means when a guy does this. This is what it means when a guy sit up here and talk to you in this type of tone, and he stare at you and then make you blush and then you look away. He all planting seeds in your mind so you can sit up here and think about him after y'all stop talking to each other. And then you're like, oh my gosh, you talk to your girlfriends or something. You're like, oh my gosh, he's staring at me for like 10 seconds today. And then he's like made me blush and I just couldn't stare at him in his eyes. And then he's over there like, yeah, I think I'm talking to his dudes, friends or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm almost in there, Um, breaking her down. They might not say it just like that, but they know what they be doing. They be plotting. A lot of them be plotting. There are some good men out there, I will say that, but a lot of them be plotting. They know how to get in a girl pants. And nowadays it's a lot easier too, because the so-called music pushing all these garbage agendas and things like that. So yeah, you have all these issues. So what you need to be realizing is you have to have discernment. So you need to be praying for discernment. And for one, you don't need to be entertaining dudes in the first place, but you need to be praying for discernment if you don't want to listen to that and you want to do what you want. Pray for discernment from God and be like, I don't know if this is who you have for me, and please, like, if you're not meant for me, have them go away. And that prayer always worked. And be like, just give me signs and help me not make stupid decision and fall for his words or whatever. Because a lot of dudes know what to do. They like put on whatever mask it is that you uh, are interested in, and then they gonna play the part. And I feel for these things a lot too. And when you get older, it's like they always say hindsight 2020. So when you're older, it's like, man, if I knew what I knew, if what I knew now I knew back then, I wouldn't have been falling for stupid little silly stuff. And so also you gotta focus on yourself, focus on self-control and your emotions. All right, focus on controlling your emotions. Don't sit up here and be sorry, somebody walking past my door. I'm like, who is that? Don't sit up here and be silly. All right. I don't know where the scripture is exactly, but maybe it's in Proverbs. But it's like these are the sort that creep into the house of silly women, laden with sin and diverse lusts. And I think it says it lead them astray, captive and astray. But dudes, I think it is Proverbs. I think maybe it's Isaiah. But he said, talking about how these in the last days, 7 women gonna call on one dude and be like, just let us we have our own money, we can, take care of ourselves, just marry us so you can take away our shame, basically. And you can't tell me that's not what happened today. All right. So don't be one of these silly women out here falling for stuff that dudes say, falling for stuff that, promises that he ain't keeping, falling for him because of how he look, your type, whatever. Don't be falling for that stuff. Don't like don't believe half of what you see and don't believe what you hear either. Right? Like God's tell us to guard our heart. All right, I'm not saying don't trust nobody. I'm just saying take your time. Don't give in to your emotions. Don't sit up here and be like, oh my gosh, I like him so much. And he said this and this and this, and how he acts toward me, it shows that he feels how he says. So I'm gonna just give him my whole heart. And then you end up getting played. So prevention is better than the cure, all right? You have to slow down, think ahead. Slow down, use your brain, and don't sit up here and get into your emotions because our emotions are literally the death of us. So if a dude is like you interested in him and he your type or whatever, and he come up to you, because I'll be seeing videos all the time, and it be dudes with like, you think it's confidence, and I thought it was too, but you think it's confidence, and it's really like pride. I'll be hearing it's like Leviathan too, but I can't really touch on that because I don't know. But I know something about Leviathan, but I know pride though. You be thinking like, oh, he's so confident or whatever. And it's like not that. I'm seeing them come up to girls and they just like tower over them, or they just get really in their space, personal space, and they're just like eye contact, laser beam eyes on her, and then they know women usually don't like looking at dudes in their eyes because we get like flustered or whatever, and then they just be like, wordplay, they be like, oh yeah, what you doing? And she be like, oh, just out here with my friends. And he'd be like, so y'all having fun? He'd be like, yeah. And it's like, you got a man? And she'd be like, no. And he'd be like, why you don't got a man? And she'd be like, well, I ain't really got time for dudes. And he'd be like, you got time for me? My bad. But she'll just be like, I don't really got time for that. And he'd be like, you can have time for me. And then she'll be like, stop. And or like start blushing or something. And he'll like have probably a little smirk on his face and then be staring at her. And then that'll let her know, like, oh, he actually serious. And then she'll see, or it's like you're not literally thinking all these thoughts, but that's like just what's happening in your subconscious and all these things. And the dudes, they be reading women, they be like, oh, okay, that worked on her, bet. And then they just sit there and don't say nothing else. And then she'll be like, what do you talk about? He'll be like, I said what I said. And then she'll be like, boy, bye. And he'll be like, can I get your number? And then she'll be like, no, I'm not really trying to mess with you, bro. And he'll be like, so you're gonna do me like that? And she'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I could give you my number. And then, or he'll be like, I don't know what dude you've been with, but I ain't like the other dude. So, we could get together. I can show you around the city. I know you're not from here. Da 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 da. And then she'd be like, okay, and then give her his number or whatever. Some type of convo like that. And it's all just game, bro. You are getting played, alright? Like I said, it's not to say it happens all the time. Not to say every single dude you meet is going to appear and be trying to get into your pants, alright? And trying to add you on the roster, trying to add you as another woman on his belt that he mess with. Maybe he wants to talk to you because he actually likes you. Maybe he wants to talk to you. He wants to talk to you because you're a nationality he never been with, and he want to brag to his boys about it. Which is why you need discernment. Which is why you need to have a relationship with Jesus and have the Holy Spirit to give you discernment, to help you not be where you shouldn't be, and to help you not make foolish decisions. All right, off of your emotions, because we're supposed to have fruits of the Spirit. Damn, I can't bit my tongue, but we're supposed to have fruits of the Spirit, and self-control is one of them. Now, I ain't sitting up here acting like I'm perfect, because he helping me get better with self-control. An aspect of not impulsively buying a snack that I don't need, or impulsively wanting to relax instead of doing a task I need to do. Something like that. Nothing to do with dudes, because I don't care for you, bro. But yeah, so that's just some things. Alright. Now focus on self-control and you're getting your emotions um, under wraps. So I would say do that by practice thinking before you act on anything. So say you're at work, um, repetition, that helps you become better at anything. So say you're at work, somebody left something for you to do when that was supposed to be their job. Don't automatically sit up here. Probably your emotion gonna come up and be like annoyed, frustrated, especially if it's been happening a lot. But don't sit up here and act on that. All right. God tells us be angry and sin not. So don't sit up here and act on it. You feel the emotion and you're like, okay, I feel annoyed right now. I feel frustrated right now. I'm tired of having to sit up here and do this because they don't want to sit up here and do their job. But if I don't do it, then I'll get in trouble. So then you just, breathe, do your deep breaths, be like, do that as much as you need to, count down 10, whatever, pray, talk to God about it, and then do what you have to do. That's mastering your emotions, self-control. All right, so you do that, and then that's one example. And then another one could be, say you are getting approached by some dude, and it's been a while. Say you're chilling at maybe, I don't know, the library or something, and you try to do some work, and say you ain't really had no dude come up to you in a while, and you maybe feel desperate for your relationship, and a dude comes up and wants to start talking to you, and then you're a type, and automatically your heart maybe start beating a little fast because you're like a little bit nervous. You might think like, man, he's so fine, or wow, he smells so good. And that's emotions, right? So you feel that, feel those emotions, be okay, no, yeah, he look good, yeah, he smell good, but I don't know this man. And I need to calm down, guard my heart. So you just snap out of your head and focus on him, look him in the eyes, try to read him, pray like, what is going on? Like, what should I say to this dude? Like, did you send him? And do something like that, and that will help you as well. Instead of you just so in your head and you're like, wow, he look good, he smell good, he talking good, and now you so much in your emotions that you over here gave this dude your number, and you literally talked to God earlier, and you're like, well, I'm done. I'm focused on what you want me to do, and if you send a husband, you send him. Now here comes Satan sending somebody, and now you're like, man, I gave this dude my number. Now he would text me. I don't want to be rude. So it all comes down to mastering your emotion, thinking before you act. All right, you gotta practice it in every area of your life. Even like, say you're gonna buy some food. Say you're like, man, I want to get some donuts, and you're like, you start feeling the emotions. You're like, man, they taste so good. You start thinking about this, how it please your senses and all this stuff, and how they're crispy and all this stuff. And you're like, I want some donuts. And it's like, you don't need no donuts. Say that to yourself. And then maybe you'll make a compromise. And you're like, okay, I've been doing pretty good over this amount of time. And I haven't been eating bad, really. I'm making one donut. I'm not going to buy me 6 count, 12 count. And you do something like that, right? It's all just repetition. It's all practice, all right? So those are just a few examples, all right? But don't be sitting up here thinking stuff, little stuff like, dude, I know some people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people. I guess some people, I don't know. I've never been to club parties and all that. But I know some people be doing that, and I'll be meeting people there, and there's a lot of young people out here doing stuff, and I gotta think in the mentality of like teenagers and stuff, early 20s, because I'm like, bro, that's already behind me. So I'm like, I gotta think about what y'all doing now. So I know y'all be in the parties and all that, and dudes be wanting to run game on you, and you think he's cute, you think he's serious, you think you're the only girl he talking to, you're the only girl he ever talked to like this, you think you're the only girl he's gonna talk to the rest of the night, and that's how you get your feelings hurt, alright? So I know a lot of people don't grow up in healthy households, so you just gotta protect yourself. Think about um, what you would tell your like daughter if you were. Think about like in the mentality of a mom. If you were a mom, what you would tell your daughter if she was being approached by some dudes or some young men, and like what would you want to tell her? Like what would you want? How would you want her to act? How would you want your dad to like? Well, your husband to like talk to your daughter and tell her how to act with dudes. And you might be like, I don't know, but you gotta think ahead, bro. That's the only way. You gotta think ahead, because otherwise you're just gonna be out here green. You're gonna be out here like, wow, 5th time I got my heart broke. What's going on? And you have to sit up here and protect yourself, because a lot of people use people, and a lot of people don't care about nobody but their self and what they want to gain from other people. And again, it's not to be pessimistic, but is to be realistic, because you don't want to end up with your heart broke, you don't want to end up with STD, you don't want to end up pregnant, you don't want to end up single mom, whatever. So you gotta sit up here and think about these things, because dude will talk you out your jaws. So you have to sit up here and slow down and not give in to all the emotions you're feeling and the stuff that the media is promoting, whatever your friends are trying to tell you that's cute or cool to do. Don't listen to that stuff. Don't listen to that stuff because that's how if you don't listen, you're gonna be the one that's like they be calling older women or you're like 20s or whatever. They be calling them, they gonna be the aunties and not be a single mother or whatever. No offense, but I know you're not preferring to be. Usually, right? Some women want to be single mom, but usually you don't sit up here, lay down with a dude and think, oh, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be a single mom. If you leave me, I'll be fine. I don't. You're not thinking that. You're thinking like we're gonna have a family, and we're gonna get married. We're gonna raise this child. I want to have some more children. You're thinking about y'all being all together. But like I said, depending on how the dude is approaching you, it will usually determine if you're gonna actually stay and be a man and take care of the responsibilities. Because he wants to do the act that causes the reproduction of a child. But anyways, yeah, so just sit up here and um just take your life seriously. Don't sit up here and think you're not gonna be young forever. Don't just think in the moment. Don't be irrational, impulsive and all that. Because that's how I was when I was younger too. And thank God, by his grace, I am healthy and child free. Alright, no offense to kids, but man, that's a lot of work and I don't have time. I ain't gonna lie. Plus this world is a mess. But yeah, so just focus on that. Don't like I said again, don't give into how you're feeling. Like you gotta learn how to master your emotions early. So that way you can't be manipulated by them. Because dudes are pros at doing that. Because they master whatever they want to call a talk game. And what is a game? You playing the game. And there's one person versus the other. So if they're playing this game, you're gonna lose, right? Their objective is to win. And winning is whatever it is they want from you. Money, your body, your cooking, your car, your child snacks, uh, a place to stay, whatever, bro. Like, don't be desperate for a dude, alright? Be desperate for the Lord. Because he will sit up here and heal you. And he will sit up here and satisfy you, alright? You won't be out here thirsty and trying to get satisfied from another human, which will never happen. It's gonna make you more thirsty and dehydrated, but you need the living water, and he will satisfy you. Okay. But yeah. So pretty much, guess I'll be leaving now. Pretty much touched on majority of what I wanted to say. I think I touched on it pretty good. But yeah, just don't don't be controlled by the media, bro, and the music, because that's just gonna have you be single mom, gonna have you be heartbroken, gonna have you become bitter, angry, resentful, gonna have you be, God forbid, have STDs, not to mention soul ties, house, you be in a house for demons, whatever spirits they got, now they got access to you. Like, all because you didn't know. And you didn't get raised to sit up here and know like what this person is, how this person is approaching you and talking to you is not appropriate. They're not serious. They're just playing games. But a lot of people, a lot of dudes can play it really well and make you think one thing when it's not. And then I guess when you get older, when you look back at it, you're like, man, I was so green. How did I let that happen? But yeah, that's why you need discernment. You need to focus on yourself. You need good, like-minded people around you. You need mentors, whether that be online or whatever. um, Tony Gaskins, R.C. Blakes, Miss Tiffany Buckner, uh, Pastor Stephen Darby. All of that stuff will help you know about men, know about the world, know about relationships, know about spirit realm, know about um, just the walk of a believer, and not just what they be preaching in church a lot of the times of, oh yeah, God's gonna bless you, da 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 da, this your season. Like, talk about the real stuff, right? Like, you sleep with this person, you don't have demons. You don't pick up spirit spouts. You don't have incubus, succubus, da da da. Alright, have awareness about that. Knowledge will keep you safe. Alright. But yeah, I think that's about it. I hope this video helps you. And yeah, send it to somebody if you know they out here just listen to stuff they shouldn't be listening to, programs them to do stuff they shouldn't be doing. And then they reap in what they're sowing and they don't know what's going on. Like, life is hard enough. Don't sit up here and make choices that's gonna make it harder. As in getting your heart broken, now you gotta do healing, now you got a child, now you gotta work, take care of this child, and heal because he left. So just stay on in the will of God and things will be better for you. And if he has a husband for you, he will come and y'all will be life partners, bro. You don't have to sit up here and worry like, wow, is he gonna leave me? Like, is he talking to somebody else? Is he gonna cheat on me? Whatever. Like, you don't have to sit here and worry about that because God would never send you somebody like that. He sends you somebody that's gonna treasure and honor and take care of your heart and your soul and your spirit. So do things the right way, alright? And you'll be fine. Trust me. I don't want to sit up here, go through all this stuff, because it's not fun. And you know how we be as women, feeling these emotions, and then you'd be in the bed, and you're like, oh, this sucks. I wish I had never talked to this dude, da da, I hate him, da da. And you're crying, and you're like eating maybe ice cream, watching some romance shows, talk to your girls, like, I guess I saw, what's his face today? He's with such such, or what's he doing? Why he not over here taking care of his children, his child? Like, he should have been over here doing this. I knew I should have never gave him my number. Bro, you, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. You don't want to deal with it. Alright? So just listen to advice from people that already have went through a lot of things. I went through all that stuff because I don't have no children, thank God. But I know women that have those problems. And it's sad, Not to say the whole blame's on the man, not to say the whole blame's on women, but it takes two, But sometimes you just don't know as well. So, yeah. But, anyways, that's it for this video. And I hope it helped you. And, yeah, I will see you guys soon. And let me know if this mic is good. Because I don't know. Like, yeah. Let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, put I made it in the comments as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.